A casket, a bike, and the Big Bang, Sam Bonwick.
No! Bang! What just happened? No, I couldn't have. Did I? I looked around. I saw my friend just staring down at me with shock. We were at her grandma's funeral, and in one big bang, I had ruined it. I had fallen in a grave on a casket. Lisa pulled me up. I looked up at her with embarrassment. I saw something in her eyes that I was not expecting. Lisa's red, tear-soaked face was smiling. Stunned, I apologized. Lisa, I am so sorry. She just looked at me and said, Sam, don't worry. Grandma was there to catch you, to help someone one last time. She was saying, I got you, Sam. And then Lisa hugged me and whispered, thank you. Now, this was not the first bang I had experienced in my life. Far from it, actually. The first big bang I remember happened at about age 10 after watching a 3-year-old speed down the street on 2 wheels. I had not yet mastered riding a bike, and this sight caused me to storm outside and began driving my bike up and down the back alley over and over again. At the end of what must have been like the 100th time down the graveled trail, my bike did something it had never done before. It flew. Then I flew. My tire had hit the corner of Mr. Herbeck's power bed border, sending me through the air. Bang! I hit the ground. I sat there for a minute, angry at my failure. Why was this so hard? But I was not about to give up because of a stupid hunk of wood and my poor steering skills. So I got up, hobbled both myself and my bike to the mouth of the alley, balanced the two 13-inch wheels between my legs, and I pushed off. And you know what? I learned to ride a bike that day, big bang and all. One of my most recent big bangs occurred about 7 years ago. I had lost one of my favorite people in the whole world 3 months prior, my grandma Jackson. I remember every time I would visit her, she would look at me up and down and say, "Hi, dear. I have a hairbrush in the bathroom if you'd like to use it. Oh, and there is some powder in that there too. You can powder your face." My grandma, she always wanted the world to see me how she did, her perfect Sammy. I had just survived my very first Christmas without her, and I was still finding it hard to smile. My anxiety was through the roof, and I was just going through the motions in a fog of necessity. Wake up, take kids to school, go to work, pick kids up, cook, clean, go to sleep, repeat. You know the drill. I was driving home from picking my kids up one day in this fog when bang, we were in an accident. When the airbags went off, my kids marveled at the fact that the truck had just produced its own balloons. They thought we were having a party. And me, I just sat, waiting for my third anxiety attack of the week to hit. But you know what? It never came. For the first time in 3 months, I had no anxiety. It was like my grandma had ushered me into the bathroom, told me to brush my hair and powder my face and look pretty. She had sent me back into the world to be her perfect Sammy once again. So, what have a casket, a bike, and a truck taught me? Well, besides the fact that it really hurts when you fall, and that when you fall on a casket, it is very hard to ever feel embarrassment again. They taught me that every scrape and bruise has a purpose, a reason for being connected to your story. I could have stayed in the house at 10 years old and saved myself some scrapes and bruises. I could have just stayed in bed and saved my truck from some scrapes and bruises. And I could have forgone the tradition of placing a rose at the funeral, saving a casket, and let's face it, my ego, some scrapes and bruises. But these big bangs were pivot points for me. I learned to ride a bike. I helped a friend through a tough time, and I gained the courage to face the world again. Most importantly, though, I have learned that sometimes you have to trust the journey, even if it leads you to being face down on a casket. Thank you.